Hey, serene strangers. I don't know, it's a peaceful sounding word. Welcome to another episode of The Strange Sessions. As always, I'm Kurt, and sitting across from me at the table is my lovely co-host, Krista.
Good morning.
Back in the Strange Cellar 1.5.
1.5, yep.
1.5. How are you doing?
Pretty good. I'm enjoying this cooler weather.
Yeah, I am
It has
too.
been hotter than Satan's tushy.
I didn't know where you were going with that.
I was trying to keep it PG.
Yeah, and then it's going to be nice for a couple days, and then it's supposed to be back up into humid.
But then it's going to drop down again. So
Yeah.
August is probably just going to be a roller coaster. It's my birthday month.
It is your birthday month.
Yep.
My birthday month is
Exciting.
over.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, it's this is going to be a weird
There's
episode.
a ginormous elephant in this room right now.
There
and
is
we're
a
both just
ginormous
like-
elephant in this room right now that we're dancing around.
Yeah. Let's do the taste test first.
We'll do the taste test first.
Sorry,
Okay.
if you don't want to sit through any of this, but if you're even a casual listener, you do want to listen to housekeeping today. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
You can skip over the taste test. It's only
Yes.
going to take a few minutes, but I highly suggest listening to
But I want to
housekeeping
read this.
today.
This is from Jennifer. She sent
Oh,
us
okay.
this. I love that she phonetically put how to pronounce her last name.
Oh,
So
because I haven't had a clue.
this is from Jennifer Verne.
Oh, okay.
Which
Isn't there like a G in there? Okay,
Yeah,
I was
so
very
a silent
confused.
G. So I love it when people write to us and use a phonetic because if you listen to the podcast, you know I cannot pronounce things other than Manitowoc or other than Wisconsin city
Potawatomi,
names. Potawatomi,
Oconomowoc.
Ashwaubenon, Oconomowoc, Wyowega. So Jennifer, thank you so much for the package. So she says, Kurt and Krista, she's the one that we get to send the caps to.
Oh, okay. Yes.
So she says, Kurt and Krista, there is a package on its way to you. It is food, so do not keep it in the sun. I'm not sure if it'll melt. I didn't keep it in the sun. These are from Shelley, and Shelley Matthews and I are from my recent trip over to England.
Oh.
The crisps were her suggestion. One flavor was her husband's idea, not hers. That scares me a little bit.
Yep, a little bit. She's
And
passing the
cookies,
blame.
And the cookies were mine since one of them is my favorite. We had the best of times when we got to meet finally. It was only for a few hours and was totally not enough time, and I already miss her terribly.
Aww.
Planning a next trip back out there to see her as soon as I can get the funds saved up. It's a lot to fly over.
Oh, I can't
there.
even imagine.
Yeah, it's crazy. I just wanted to give you both a big thank you again. I know everyone says it, and we really do mean it. You have created a wonderful community here. Shelley and I connected on your Facebook page and have become best of friends, which would never have happened without the Strange Sessions.
Oh,
so this is really hurting kind of today.
Serendipitous.
We talk almost every day and have so much in common that we don't even bat an eye anymore when we find or understand where am I here? So you would think this is our first time doing a podcast.
Every episode's like
We
our
talk
first.
we talk almost every day and have so much in common that we don't even bat an eye anymore when we find or understand by anyone or understood by anyone before her. When we find something else. Though my daughter does now roll her eyes when I tell her of another one. She calls Shelley my, quote, UK twin. I feel so grateful to have her in my life. I have never felt so connected or understood by anyone before her, and I am blessed to have her in my life. So before I go on and blubber more, a huge shout out to our Strange Sessions family. Stay strange,
Oh, my
everyone.
goodness.
I know.
That is so sweet.
Thank you so much, Jennifer. I'm so glad your trip went well.
Yeah. And
she
that you
was
two found each
yeah,
other.
because I'm friends with her on Facebook, and she was like all over the place over there. So it was like
That's
a
amazing.
heck of a trip. So Jennifer, thank you so much for sending us this package.
Yeah, should we get into
We
it?
probably, I don't know if we're going to eat all the stuff today. Let's
Yeah,
at least
it's-
try.
I'm guessing there's quite a few things in here.
I bought in, I didn't know.
We don't really have any taste tests, so this is kind of
I bought one yesterday just in case, but I kind of don't want to have it until we have to.
Okay.
So I'm just going to say that.
Okay, I don't know where to start.
Yeah,
There's a
let's
lot
just-
of stuff
let's
in
just
here.
Grab,
grab one.
Grab one at random.
Okay.
Oh, Jaffa cakes. I've had Jaffa
Ooh,
cakes.
that looks good. I see orange and chocolate.
That's a very British thing. Jaffa
Okay.
cakes.
I'm gonna take a picture.
I don't think I had
I'm
them.
excited about this.
I've had them, but I don't think I've had them when I was in England or when I was in London.
Ooh, I like that there's two separate things.
Yes.
Are they chewy or hard?
I don't remember because it's been a long time since I had one.
Oh, they're chewy.
But I was
They're soft.
watching Doctor Who and Red Dwarf my whole life. I was obsessed with like British stuff. So I wanted to try Jaffa cakes. I wanted to try Jelly Babies. I wanted to try all that British stuff.
It looks like a Nilla wafer on
It does.
one
It
side.
looks like a big Nilla
but
wafer
then it's
and
like
chocolate.
on the other side.
Yep.
It smells really good.
Yep.
Okay, ready?
Yep. Oh my God, it's like a little moon pie.
It's like spongy. Ooh, the orange flavor is really good.
Yeah.
That is delicious.
It's been years since I had one of these.
Wow. It reminds me, like, I feel like egg whites are probably really prevalent in this. That spongy angel foodie kind of texture.
I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10.
Heck
because
yeah.
I don't know how it could be any better.
That is so good.
Thank you so much.
Dang.
And we each got a sleeve.
Yeah.
So it's perfect. Thank you, Jennifer. We're so glad your trip went well.
Yeah.
And your sweet email,
Yeah.
which,
Very sweet.
like you said, serendipitous.
Yeah. Very.
So we're going to get into this now.
Yep.
I got to finish my cookie. Everybody's like, what the hell are they going to talk about?
Oh, I'm sure people are figuring it out, actually.
Yeah. Well, didn't we talk at the beginning of the season?
We've been
that
talking
we
about it
weren't
for a
sure?
while. Yes.
So here's the thing. We are, ever since we started this, we have been completely open and honest with you guys. Almost more than we should be sometimes because I give away a lot of stuff on here, a little too much information. But we decided...
People love that about you.
Oh, well, thank you, people. But no, and I'm going to preface this by saying don't freak out because it's a long time away. But Krista and I were talking this week, and we have mutually decided that next season, season 10, will be the last season of the show, as it is now.
Yes.
It's not like we're completely vanishing.
Right.
But what the plan is, and we were just talking about this before we started recording, next season will be the usual season, probably more episodes than this one, because this one we started really late because I was dealing with
we took a few breaks.
Yeah, and I was dealing with all my stuff that was going on.
I moved.
Yeah, so we started really late. So next season, we'll be back up to the mid-20s, 23, 24, 25 episodes with season finale, the Christmas episode.
What Christmas episode?
Oh, that's right. If there's a Christmas episode.
We'd love to have as many of our former co-hosts on as we could. That'd be amazing.
Yeah. And the plan is next season will be a regular season. And then May 14th, 2027 will be the last episode because that will be 10 years to the day that we released the very first episode.
That's wild.
And I feel like we're saying we're ending the show, but we're kind of not.
Not really.
Because if we still plan on doing episodes, it's just there won't be a set schedule.
Yeah.
Like if we do an investigation, there will be an episode.
Yeah. We could go months without an episode.
Yeah. Or we could do two episodes in a month.
Exactly.
Like we do now. We don't know. But it's just like Krista wants more free time.
Yeah.
And I honestly feel like my part of it, the research and everything, has really gotten kind of lackluster. And
I think we're just losing our
steam
with it. We've been going for 8 years now.
Yeah.
Well, 8 years, season 9.
So again, I hope this doesn't lose listeners that are like, oh, the show's
here's the thing.
The show's ending.
We've already lost listeners.
We've lost it. Yeah, like our listenership has dwindled a ton.
I was looking at YouTube stats yesterday, and when we were doing video, of course they were higher, but even before we started doing video, we were in the 200-300s almost every episode. We had like a 5,000 viewer episode. 500 viewer last season, I think, when we were still doing video. And now in the last like month or two, we're not even hitting 100.
Yeah.
Like that's a huge change.
It is. So,
and you said Podbean is going down in listenership too.
And it's we've always said that is not what
we're
about.
not in it for listeners.
No, but it's like we see that, and then, like you said, I think we're running out of steam. You want more free time on your weekends. What I like is that I feel like having the finish line in sight will make me do better with these, because now it's kind of crunch time. Like,
we want to squeeze in
like
all
we
the
want to
things
squeeze
now.
in the topics that we desperately, like Mothman. Like, I would love to do an episode about the Lake Michigan and Tobias. Like, it would be so nice to hook up with Tobias.
Maybe we can get him on here next season.
Yeah, to do
Even
an episode about the
Zoom
Mothman
or something.
But the plan is the trivia contest. The winner of the trivia contest will get to pick the topic of next season, the first topic of next season. And I'm still going to put up a poll in the Strangers, and I'm going to do like whatever 5 topics get the most hits, most votes. We will do those 5 topics for sure next season. But when we're done with, our quote final episode in May of 2027, my sleep schedule is still all jacked up. So I'm up at 3:00 in the morning, and I'm still researching paranormal stuff and looking up paranormal stuff. So there's going to be stuff that I'm like really into, and I'll message Krista and I'll be like, let's do an episode.
Yeah.
So it's going to be, we're not going anywhere. It's just going to be a lot less frequent and not on a set schedule.
Exactly.
So hopefully that doesn't make people mad.
Also,
sorry.
what we're planning on doing too is after that final episode in May of 2027, we're going to wait a beat, and then we're going to release the entire side sessions catalog so you'll still have, it won't, some of them are spooky themed or whatever. Maybe we could lean more spooky this season so that there's more of that content.
More of that. But
we're not going to disappear. The Facebook page is staying where it is. Community we created that you guys created.
But I also need to get better with checking that page, because I just don't go on Facebook a lot.
Same with me on Instagram.
But I think that if we're not doing the podcast, I'll focus more on that.
Yeah, it feels like less of a, I don't want to say obligation, because I don't really see it as an obligation, but I don't know.
Yeah, and I'm expecting.
I don't know how to explain
I'm expecting a phone call from the Newkirks wanting me to join them.
Yeah.
Josh Gates might want me on his
free.
On,
he finally ditched that podcast
show.
ball and chain.
Yeah. So no, it sounds worse than it is. I mean, it's also like almost 2 years away.
Yes.
So it's not like this is our last episode. It's going to be, but we wanted to keep you guys in the loop with what we're doing. And maybe by that time,
we'll completely change our minds.
Yeah, some multimillionaire will give us like $50 million and be like, keep doing the show.
Yeah.
So
see that happening.
I can see that happening too. So no, but like I said, I didn't want this to make people upset or to lose listeners that are going to be like, oh, the show's ending, because it's not.
Or to be afraid that your little community is going away.
Yeah, it's not going away.
You guys created that.
It's just that after May of 2027, it's just going to dwindle down a lot with how we release episodes. Like Krista was saying before we started recording, that it's just the obligation that we know we got to do it. And I'm so proud of us for never flaking out, and
we always plan when we're going to skip it or take a break, I should say.
Yeah. And unless my car goes bad or something, you know, then we don't make it. But no, we just wanted to let you guys know what's going on. So again, there's going to be over 30 episodes.
We have a whole season and a half to go.
Yeah, we have a whole season and a half to go. But I really like the idea of our big final episode being May 14th. 10 years to the day.
That's pretty cool.
But
is that a Saturday?
It's a Friday.
Oh, okay. So would we record the weekend before and release it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll figure it. It's 2020.
I could take a day off.
I could be dead by then. Realistically, I could be.
No.
So yeah, we just wanted to let you guys know, don't panic. We're not really going anywhere. And like we said, we got two and how many years is that? That's because that's like 2 years. So
almost.
Yeah. So no,
it's
far off in the future, but it's interesting to me, like I said, having a finish line. So now I really got to clamp down and start doing, and after we're done, I could see us randomly popping up with a Strange States episode.
Yeah.
Just for something.
Because we're not going to get through all the states before we are done.
And again, that's the only time I really see Krista is when we do this. So
I was going to say, we have to make a point to still get together monthly just to hang out.
Yeah. And
meet for coffee, go thrifting, whatever.
Yeah. And that's when I'll call you and be like, let's do a Strange States episode. And we will. So we're not going anywhere. It's not ending. What
it
were you
just
going to
won't be
bring
as
up?
regular.
You wanted,
I was gonna say, are there any? Because I loved our whitewater trip.
you were going to say, are there any other podcasts out there that need a host?
No, I would never. I have no interest in hosting any other or co-hosting any other podcast.
I wouldn't
it's not
mind.
My thing.
I wouldn't mind, but at the same time, it depends on a lot of things.
Yeah.
You know, like I said, Newkirk's call me. I'll see what I can do. But it depends on like the context.
Yeah. So what I was gonna say is, it'd be fun this fall if we could find some Wisconsin location that we could do a road trip for.
Yes, because we've never done like a proper road trip.
Yeah.
I still would love to see the Paulding Lights, even though we poo-pooed them.
Yeah.
You know, I would love to do like a Bigfoot hunt. Like I've never camped in the woods overnight. I would like
But
to
I mean,
do
like this fall.
this fall.
Yeah. Next year we should still do the Mackinac Island.
I would love to do the Mackinac Island.
We have time to do that next year.
Yeah.
That'd be fun to go out on doing a really good episode like that.
Yep.
But this fall we should just like a little day trip somewhere. Let's look into like haunted locations in Wisconsin.
I really would like to check out a haunted lighthouse.
Oh yeah, well Door County, man.
Yeah. But yeah.
We should do a Door County trip.
We should do a Door County trip.
That would be good. Let's look into it.
Because there's haunted places
especially this
up
fall.
there. I want to visit Washington Island. That's on my bucket list.
I've been there.
And Washington Island is
been years,
supposedly
though.
super haunted. So maybe spend a night there.
Maybe.
But we'll figure it out. You guys are just listening to us brainstorm
we're just
right
brainstorming right now.
And they're like, no wonder why they're ending this crappy podcast.
Oh, that's so
But
funny.
no, again, don't panic. It's 2.5 years away. And
Your math is bad.
My math is really
it's
bad.
August to August is 1 year, and then to May is not even a year. It's literally going to be like a year and a half.
Okay, almost 2 years.
Not 2.5.
But we got a long ways to go before we hit that.
Yes.
So we just wanted to keep you guys in the loop. Again, we're not completely leaving. We're still going to be dropping episodes. We're going to keep our site.
Yeah.
But what I have been doing is putting on my computer all of our individual episodes, because I do want you to have like a copy of all of our episodes, Corey to have a copy of all of our episodes.
Could you save them somewhere, like on a drive, like a Google Drive or something?
I think so.
Do you run
We'll
out of
figure that out,
space?
but I don't want, like with Thinking Sideways, where now they're just gone, and a lot of their episodes you can't hear anymore.
Oh, that's a bummer.
And I don't want that to happen to us.
I agree.
You know.
Oh yeah, because after a while we'll stop paying for Podbean.
Yeah, so we're gonna need a place where people can be
YouTube.
like, hey. Because,
aren't they all on YouTube?
Yeah, I think so.
That's free
Not gonna
unless
go
they
anywhere.
shut us down.
Yeah, but I just want people to have access to
Yeah, I
everything,
agree.
because, like I said, the Thinking Sideways thing sucks. But I've been, like, Sofa King podcast, I've been downloading all of their stuff just because I want to have it.
In case they
You
disappear.
know, and in 500 years, we might be like...
Aliens will be listening to us. We should shoot them out into space.
we
They'll be like, this is what humans are like, huh?
They'll blow us up right away. They're like, get rid of these guys.
Just a quick note to the sidesters. You're hearing this today. Maybe don't post about this until after the
Oh God, yeah! Please
regular
don't post this
episode
until the episode comes out, because I
out.
could see somebody posting, "Oh my God, don't stop the show!"
Yeah,
and
and everybody will be like, "What's going
people
on?"
freaking out before
They hear it.
And
Yeah.
again, it's going to be a final episode in quotation marks, because we will be back, but
With
it's
an
just going to be
asterisk. It's
with
gonna
an
have an
asterisk
asterisk.
by it.
Yeah.
So that's done.
Yep.
Because Krista and I were like, how are we gonna
gonna say
broach
that?
this? So I was mulling over ways to say it, because I just don't want people to think that we're doing it because nobody likes us anymore.
No.
It's not. It's just we're both kind
We
of
also
getting...
kind of want to stop before we lose the enjoyment of it.
And what I would hate to do is, there's a podcast called, oh my God, what's it called? Like 6 Degrees of John Keel.
Oh.
And I've been on a huge John Keel kick lately. I've got all of his books. I've been reading them. And it was a really good podcast. And then all of a sudden they just stopped. And I have no idea if they're coming back.
Oh.
Like, I don't want us to be that either, where people
No.
are like, what happened?
Or you can
and it's
tell
the same
that
with
we're not
Sofa King.
enjoying it
Sofa King
anymore.
podcast has not released a new episode in months. And it's like, I have no idea what's going on. So we don't want to be
No,
like
we want
that.
to keep people in the loop.
Yeah, so we're keeping you guys in the loop. And like Krista said, we want to we
On a high note.
We want to go out on a high note before it starts to
or
feel
a mediocre
like a job.
note.
We'd have to shoot up to be mediocre. Yeah. So we're trying to go out on a mediocre note.
That's true.
So that's the situation, you guys.
Yep.
We're winding it down after next season. 10 seasons, 10 years. I think that's pretty good for a podcast.
Too.
I really do.
I never thought we'd go this long.
No, it's crazy to me that.
And there are people who've been here from day one, which blows my mind.
I know. And there's people, like, so many people have joined, like, they probably don't even know about our little blooper reel from the first 2 seasons because we swear on there. We took the link off.
Yeah.
So if you are of voting age and want to hear the blooper reel from the first 2 seasons, message me and I'll send you the link. But I'm not going to post it in the group because there's salty language.
I wouldn't want like a coworker to run into that. That'd be just weird.
That would be just weird. What time are we looking at?
We're just hitting 24 minutes, but that includes the pre-stuff
we're not
that
doing
we'll edit out. Yeah.
Is there anything else we want to say about our
Is there anything else?
Our impending end?
I don't think so. It's a long ways away.
It is. And like I said, I could be dead by then, realistically.
Oh, good Lord.
I'm not getting any younger.
Me either.
How are things going otherwise?
Good. Slowly.
I love your new place.
Thank you.
I really do.
We're still trying to adjust to the bugs. There are just we discovered they're deer fly. We thought they were horse
deer
flies.
Flies are horrible.
They're deer flies, and we just don't know. This place just wasn't well maintained outside.
Yeah.
And as we slowly cut away at all the overgrown foliage, we think it's getting a little better, but I think we both thought we'd be outside all the time, and it's almost unbearable to be outside a lot of the time.
It's
so
bad
cool
because
days are better.
I was out last night in your woods with binoculars looking in here at you, and it was bad. The mosquitoes were bad.
Oh my God. Can I say, though, that the fireflies here at night are magical.
Yeah.
I go out on the screen porch and just stand there in awe at the hundreds of fireflies that are in our woods behind. It's amazing.
Yeah.
There are some really magical things about living here, but
you just got to get settled in and
it just
have
doesn't
feel
feel like home yet.
Yep.
It started out rough with, the cellar not being out, but it's just taking a little longer to feel like home. But
it will.
Every little change that we make to make it ours helps. Like we changed a light fixture in the dining room and we put up curtains yesterday. So little stuff like that will help.
Double check, make sure my microphone is on because I don't want to have to go through all that again.
Oh, good Lord. No.
So again, we're not going anywhere in the near future, and even when we do leave after next season, we're still we're going to be lurking.
Yeah.
And
you can't get rid of us. We're
feel
like
free to friend me on Facebook. Friend me on Facebook, Snapchat, MySpace, OnlyFans.
Are we on TikTok?
We are on TikTok, but I haven't looked at that page.
I'm not even on TikTok, so I couldn't even tell you.
I like TikTok. Oh, and I want to also say trivia contest. I was looking at like how much time we have left, and we're getting down to towards the second half of the season. So now we are doing 4 questions an episode. I've been getting some answers from people, and they're kind of impressing me with how good they're doing with this.
How many episodes do we have left, do you think?
Well, it's now August, and we generally record
twice a month.
And Corey is going to have to be here for this season finale and next season finale and Christmas, if there's a Christmas episode.
Mm-hmm. If we decide to do a Christmas episode.
If we decide to do a Christmas episode. But it's August now, so 2 in August, 2 in September, 2 in October, so 2 in November.
10 episodes?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, and our next episode will be listener stories. We almost completely forgot about that. Our next episode will be listener stories.
Yeah.
2 weeks from today. Please send us your stories if they happen to you or if they happen to someone you know. Or anything. Just send us.
We'll take anything.
Yeah, send us any
One of my favorite episodes of the season is the listener stories.
I love the listener stories because I always worry we're not going to get enough, and then we do.
Yeah.
And
then we get so many that we forget to read some.
Yes. Yeah, that's never going to change. But next episode, 2 weeks from today, will be our listener stories episode. So if anything weird ever happened to you, please email it to us at thestrangesessions@gmail.com or at thestrangesessionsstories@gmail.com, or you can Facebook message us, or if you're a friend that has my phone number, you can text me, whatever you want, But we do want your stories for the next episode. And a couple people have wrote stuff in our strangers Facebook group this week about weird stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm going to read
interesting stories.
I know. So I'm going to read some of those too.
Yeah, I suppose if you're not on the strangers group, you wouldn't know about it. So
No, and I always forget that there's listeners that aren't in the strangers,
Yeah.
so they don't know like the stuff we talk about in the strangers.
Yep.
But yeah, I almost forgot to bring that up, so that would have been a disaster. But next episode, please, please, please. Oh, you can call our lonely phone line at. Let me scroll way down in my notes.
Yeah, we love it when the people leave the voicemails. It's so fun hearing people's voices.
You can call our lonely phone line at 920-443-9602. I think you only have like a minute or 3 minutes.
But you can call back.
And I will stitch them together through the magic of Audacity.
He has the audacity to stitch them together.
I hope people aren't mad
That was
at
a
us.
really blurry photo that I took.
Please don't be
today.
mad at us, people, for...
I don't think anybody's going to be mad. They're going to understand. We've been
hope
doing
so.
this a long time.
We have. It's weird when I think that...
Maybe we'll take time off and just be like, oh, I miss doing that.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
And maybe we just
none of this...
change the schedule or
yeah,
whatever.
none of this is set in stone.
We're very non-committal.
Yeah,
we were like we're like, yeah, this feels good. We made a decision, and now we're already sort of backtracking on it.
We read Jennifer's sweet email about how much a stranger meant, So we'll figure something out.
There's a big spider out there. Do you see that?
I'd rather not. Spiders creep me
ew.
out. And who knows? Within 2 years, we could just have like AI do our podcast.
Probably be better than what we do.
Probably would be better than what we do.
AI, Krista and Kurt are kind of interesting looking.
Yeah.
They were very similar to us, actually.
They were, but it was like Uncanny Valley
There's
where there was something
weird.
not right about
Oh, my
them.
smile was way too wide in those
Your
photos.
smile was way too wide.
If you're not knowing what we're talking about, Kurt posted like AI generated pictures of us on
vacation.
Facebook,
I made us on vacation on the beach with beach drinks.
They were somewhat unsettling.
They were unsettling.
As all AI photos tend to be.
Yes. Yeah. AI is just creeping me out.
It is creepy.
Do you ever see the videos where it's like a news story and the reporter's like standing in water because it's a flood and you can see a shark's fin in the background
no.
and she's like, and by the way, I'm AI. I'm not real.
Ew, no.
It's creepy because it looks so real.
Yeah.
So
that's the scary thing about AI is it's becoming indistinguishable.
this world is going to hell in a handbasket,
Yeah.
100%. Now I might even touch on this in a future episode. There's like another interspatial object that's entering our solar system that people are saying seems like it's trying to avoid us seeing it. Like it's actually, but that could be, we're going to get into that this episode about clickbait and all that stuff.
Oh,
because it's bad. So we're going to jump into the topic finally.
Which one? There's two, right?
Yes, there's two. I was going to do the episode about Antarctica, but I decided just to completely change it because I wanted to touch on these two recent topics. One of them, obviously, there's a reason why, because you know what my favorite story is, like of all time, is the Bet Sphere. And this kind of is reminiscent of, it's a sphere, and it's reminiscent of that. But the first story I want to touch on was the situation with Annabelle.
Mm-hmm.
And would you call him the caretaker? The keeper?
I didn't even know. I just thought he was a paranormal investigator.
He is, but I don't know if he was the one that was like taking care of Annabelle.
I don't know. I didn't read too far into it.
So here's what I have. The first half of this episode is going to be about the Annabelle situation.
Okay.
So we
ever talked about Annabelle?
We did the Haunted Dolls episode. So the real Annabelle doll was a vintage, and people don't realize this, that only see the movies.
Yeah.
The real Annabelle doll was a vintage Raggedy Ann doll given as a birthday gift to a nursing student named Donna in 1970, year I was born. Shortly after receiving the doll, Donna and her roommate Angie began to notice strange occurrences in their apartment. The doll reportedly moved around on its own, leaving them perplexed and frightened. They found it in different positions and even different rooms, which led them to believe it was somehow alive. It's also said that it left handwritten notes saying, "Help me," on parchment paper that the roommates didn't own. And it's not the porcelain doll that was in the Annabelle movies.
It's way less terrifying looking.
Oh, yeah. Like it's a Raggedy Ann doll,
Yeah.
you know. As the strange events continued, the roommates sought the help of a psychic medium. The medium claimed that the doll was inhabited by the spirit of a dead girl named Annabelle Higgins, who had died at a young age. Initially, I can't even read today. About time we end this podcast. It's just getting worse. Initially, Donna and Angie felt compassion for the spirit and allowed the doll to stay with them. However, the situation escalated when Annabelle allegedly attacked Donna's friend Lou, leaving claw marks on his chest. I don't get how a doll can leave claw marks.
Especially a Raggedy Ann doll.
Especially a Raggedy Ann doll.
But unless, it's whatever's inhabiting the doll.
Concerned for their safety, Donna and Angie contacted paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren. And I never realized that there's a lot, they're very divisive.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of people that...
The Newkirks did a great
episode. Yeah, the Newkirks do
that.
a really good episode about at some point, we should do an episode about the Warrens too.
Yeah.
But they're very divisive. Some people like
revere
worship
them.
at the altar of the Warrens, and some people call them like the biggest hoaxsters,
scam artists.
Yeah, so it's crazy how divisive they are. The Warrens examined the doll and declared it to be demonically possessed. They took the doll to their occult museum in Connecticut, where it was placed in a glass case with a warning sign that read, "Warning, positively do not open." The Warrens claimed that the doll was responsible for numerous violent incidents and near-death experiences, further solidifying its reputation as a haunted object. The story of the Annabelle doll has inspired a series of horror films, including Annabelle, Annabelle Creation, and Annabelle Comes Home, which are part of the Conjuring universe. I always forget that. I think I've only seen the Conjuring.
It's so good.
Out of all those movies.
I might have seen Annabelle, and I saw The Nun, which is part of the universe too.
But I
loved The Conjuring.
I think I've only seen the first one. In these films, the doll is depicted as a sinister porcelain figure, a stark contrast to the original Raggedy Ann doll. The films have contributed to the doll's notoriety, blending fact and fiction in the public's perception of the haunted object. In 2025, Annabelle went on the, quote, Devils on the Run tour, leaving her glass case for public display. It was organized by the New England Society for Psychic Research, or NESPR, the organization founded by legendary paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren. Already steeped in tragedy and paranormal energy, the Haunted Orphanage is the perfect setting for this exclusive stop on the Devils on the Run tour. I think that must be a place that, like, it's weird to be touring, but I guess the Newkirks do that with their haunted museum too, don't they?
Yes, they do.
Touring with
They
that.
go to all kinds of cons.
So there's the Devils on the Run tour is stopping at this place called the Haunted Orphanage. It's a chilling experience inspired by the most terrifying cases investigated by Ed and Lorraine. What's included in this supernatural showcase? A rare up-close viewing of the Annabelle doll, plus other haunted relics from the Warrens Occult Museum, photography and video opportunities with Annabelle and the NESPR team, a question and answer session with investigators from NESPR, and exclusive merch available for purchase. Tragically, Dan Rivera, the tour's lead investigator, died unexpectedly during the Gettysburg leg of the tour, sparking renewed fears and speculation. And that's what hit the news recently, is that...
I just rolled my eyes a little.
Yeah, that's that Dan died.
Yeah.
So this comes from a...
Not that he died.
Not that he died.
That people are blaming Annabelle for this.
Yes. This comes from a Snopes article from July 18th, 2025. It says... Annabelle, a real Agony ran. Oh my God.
I like that. Agony ran.
Annabelle, a real Raggedy Ann doll that paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren believe was possessed by a demonic entity, rose to fame as the inspiration for a fictional doll of the same name that featured in the spine-chilling horror films of the Conjuring universe. Though the real Annabelle doll is cloth, the film version is a vintage porcelain doll with a sinister grin. They had to make it look scarier for that, you know.
They certainly did.
In July of 2025, more than 6 years after the latest Annabelle movie premiered, the real doll made headlines again following the death of one of her handlers, paranormal investigator Dan Rivera. After the news broke, some social media users theorized that the allegedly haunted doll was behind his death. For example, the overlaid text of a video shared on TikTok read, quote, Annabelle doll takes Dan Rivera's life. Demons are real and not a joke.
Oh my gosh.
Snopes readers also searched our website for information about the Annabelle doll and its potential connection to Rivera's death. Here's a breakdown of what we know about Rivera's passing. He died on July 13th, 2025, during a visit to Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, as part of the National Devils on the Run tour featuring the Annabelle doll. The New England Society for Psychic Research announced his, quote, sudden passing in a brief statement shared via Facebook on July 14th. Rivera, a U.S. Army veteran born and raised in Bridgeport, Connecticut, was a senior lead investigator at NESPR who spent more than a decade in paranormal research and investigation. The initial Facebook post announcing his passing read, quote, "It's with deep sadness that Tony, Wade, and I share the sudden passing of our close friend and partner, Dan Rivera. We are heartbroken and still processing this loss. Dan truly believed in sharing his experiences and educating people on the paranormal. His kindness and passion touched everyone who knew him. Thank you for your support and kind thoughts during this difficult time." According to the news release, Rivera, quote, worked closely with Lorraine Warren, a trance medium who co-founded NESPR and was portrayed by the actress Vera Farmiga. Mm-hmm. I just think she's gorgeous. Mm-hmm, she's like beautiful. A huge actress crush of mine. She was portrayed by actress Vera Farmiga in the Conjuring movies, and he remained by her side even as her health declined, always offering a steady hand. He was a constant presence at NESPR events, such as, quote, an evening with Annabelle. NESPR says it plans to move forward with previously scheduled events, adding that, quote, we believe with all our hearts that Dan would have wanted the work to continue. So what really set this whole thing off is that when they announced his death, the coroner's report said he was alone in the room at the time. Mm-hmm. And people took that to mean that Annabelle was no longer in the room with him when he died.
Why would you read that?
I don't know, but that's what people read.
That's wild.
His cause of death was unknown at the time of this writing. However, Pennsylvania authorities said in a report that they found, quote, nothing unusual at the scene. And it said that he died alone. And people took that as Annabelle was gone.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So has his cause of death been released yet?
I'm not sure. What's
his name again?
Dan Rivera.
I'm going to look it up. Rivera autopsy.
Yeah, I mean, it said the case is pending autopsy results. And it's just like that's what just annoys me is that all of a sudden,
use this.
Yeah, all of a sudden Annabelle is missing and is on the loose because they said he died alone in his hotel room. I don't think the dude slept with Annabelle like in the bed with him.
I don't think the autopsy or the coroner cares about Annabelle or would mention her in a report.
Exactly. But I don't think that you're going on this tour. I don't think the guy sleeps in bed with Annabelle every night, cuddled up with Annabelle. I don't even think Annabelle's in the room with him. I'm sure that they have like a storage unit or storage truck that they bring all this stuff from the Warrens in.
Yeah.
But that's what set everybody off, was saying he died alone in the room. So then it came out, people on TikTok are like, Annabelle is missing, she ran off. It's just crazy.
So I can't find a cause of death. That nothing's been announced yet or released.
So here's some of the... It
says natural, though.
Yeah.
I think he died of natural causes.
So here's some of the articles that came off. I don't remember where this one is from. It's probably some site wanting clicks. It says the most disturbing thing about the case was the absence of Annabelle. Neither the hotel staff nor the investigators could find her on the premises. According to reports, the doll had been given to Rivera for limited observation on the condition that he kept it sealed in a secure container. However, when they arrived in the room, the container was empty. So where is the Annabelle doll now? So far, there is no trace. Some theories suggest it was stolen by someone, and others suggest that it may be in the hands of groups dedicated to the occult.
Oh, for God's sakes.
When Dan Rivera, a seasoned paranormal investigator, checked into a hotel in Gettysburg this July, he had one eerie companion, the infamous Annabelle doll. By morning, he was dead. His body was discovered by hotel staff. And Annabelle, she was gone. No forced entry, no camera footage of anyone leaving with the doll, only a chilling silence where one of the most haunted relics in paranormal lore had rested just hours earlier. Some claimed Annabelle had been seen at a Louisiana plantation moments before it caught fire. Others insisted that Others insisted that she had, quote, returned to the void or had been stolen by spirits. But within days, the cursed doll was quietly recovered. Organizers of the tour have confirmed that Annabelle will next appear at the Maine Paranormal and Horror Convention in Augusta from September 6th to the 7th before heading to Illinois and Kentucky later this fall. So, yeah, and then...
That's infuriating.
And then the Times of India says, quote, this isn't the first time Annabelle has been rumored to go missing or the first time violent paranormal activity linked to the doll has set social media ablaze. But what is it about these claims and the study of curses that captures the collective imagination? The, quote, fear economy certainly plays a strong role in the success of this genre, particularly in the art of storytelling. I love fear economy. I think that's a very cool term. For students of fiction, folklore, and literature, understanding where science and myth intersect in the construction of such stories might just be one of the most intriguing aspects of the marketing strategy behind paranormal tales. In the realm of paranormal storytelling, myths and rumors aren't just part of the story, they're part of the business. The chilling tale of Annabelle serves as a compelling case study in how the fear economy uses thrill as a product to capture audience interest. From local rumors to global myth, Annabelle has become a cultural icon, turning her into the headliner of multiple films and now a sold-out tour. The mystery and rumors surrounding the doll continue to propel stories and interests, drawing in audiences who seek the escape of fiction from their often monotonous realities. By blending research, folklore, and fabricated tales, storytellers create an ever-engaging narrative that can be labeled as fiction, yet remains deeply credible in the eyes of its audience. For students exploring how marketable storytelling can be crafted, Annabelle serves as an interesting case study in how fear-based storytelling can capture and hold the public's attention. I love that article. I love that article.
Yeah.
But like the one before it that said it was seen on a plantation before it started on fire.
Who comes
that,
up
and
with
a cult
this?
group stole it, that it went back to the void. And I think, like, I don't think Annabelle was ever in the room with the guy when he died. And even if
Probably
Annabelle
not.
was, the coroner would not have been like,
No.
yeah, Annabelle was also with him. And I don't think Annabelle had anything to do with his death.
No.
I don't even know if I think Annabelle was actually haunted.
I was just going to say
I
that.
don't even know if I think Annabelle...
I think it's an interesting, creepy story.
Yeah, and they said that.
I don't know that I believe
They said
it.
that one of the things about it is it's very hard to trace the actual people that this supposedly happened to in the past. Mm-hmm. And if Ed and Lorraine Warren were the hucksters that a lot of people make them out to be, who's to say that they just
making a lot of money off this haunted doll?
A lot of money.
What
off
is
of this.
that? Is it James? No. What is the name of the male haunted doll?
Oh God, I don't remember.
That you can't even take a picture without asking his permission, or horrible things happen to you. Like I
don't remember, but
we did.
I know we did an episode about haunted dolls.
I just don't know that I buy any of that.
What do you think about haunted dolls? Oh, I gotta take.
I think dolls are creepy, but just because they're creepy, because their eyes kind of follow you and you move around a room, and a lot of times they're really old.
I think they're only creepy because of the
lore
uncanny valley thing where it looks like a person,
but it's not.
But I just feel like dolls are so loved by children that if there's any kind of spirit imbued in them, it's like a good thing. It's not a demon.
I do believe the possibility that something can become attached to an object, and a doll is an object. So could something be attached to a doll? Sure. Are all dolls haunted?
There's a subreddit I belong to that people post pictures of their dolls and ask, is it haunted or is it not haunted? And
I need more than a picture, people. Yeah.
Like, why don't we hear more about haunted stuffed animals, like a cute kangaroo, like a cute haunted kangaroo? It's just always dolls, and I think that's because of the uncanny valleyness of looking like little people.
Yeah.
Porcelain dolls are creepy. Like
little
the
bit,
old,
with their eyes that
porcelain
move.
dolls.
Yeah.
Little spoiler, lots of doll stuff in the trivia questions today.
Oh, sweet.
Pretty much all the trivia questions. But
yeah, I don't know about Annabelle.
I just don't know. Like, I don't buy that Annabelle is really haunted.
Yeah.
And I definitely don't think that she had anything to do with this guy's death.
There's no, like you said, there's no way to verify anything about Annabelle.
No.
Where she came from, the fact that the Warrens have had her and do you pay to go see her? I know she's on this tour now that you have to
Yeah.
pay to see. It just, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. What time are we looking at?
48 minutes.
Well, this will be a shorter
I'd say
episode.
it's probably 40.
Yeah, this will be a shorter episode, but we have a whole nother topic. But I want to bring up these two quotes that, to me, show the best and the worst of the paranormal field.
Okay.
The first one, these are both by well-known paranormal investigators.
Amy Bruni had a really good post on Instagram about guys, quit trying to cash in on this. This is ridiculous.
I did not see hers, but my first one is from Jason Hawes from Ghost Hunters.
So this can be the good one or the bad one. It could go either way.
Who do you think the bad one's going to be?
Oh, Zach Bagans.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
So the good one, from the article I read before, it says the coroner's confirmation that that doll wasn't present in the room where he was found dead or whatever, or that he was found alone. It says the coroner's confirmation came just days after Ghost Hunters alumni Jason Hawes, who starred on the paranormal series from 2004 to 2016, slammed those suggesting that there was a correlation between the haunted object and Rivera's tragic death. In a July 16th Facebook post, Hawes writes, quote, "Recently the world lost a good man. Dan was an Army veteran, a father of 4, a husband, and someone who truly cared about people. What's even harder to see right now are the posts blaming his death on things like the Annabelle doll. Attacking places like ghostly images of Gettysburg tours and other locations for holding events, that needs to stop. His family shouldn't have to read that kind of nonsense while they're grieving. Some people are using his passing to push an agenda for profit, and it's just disgusting.
Yep.
Dan was a family man, a respected paranormal investigator, and he left this world way too soon. Let's focus on remembering him for who he was and not turning his death into some made-up BS story to get clicks or attention. Honor the man, forget the garbage." Like, I love that.
Very in line with what Amy Bruni said.
Yeah, people
too.
can say what they want about Jason Hawes, but I really love this quote.
So he has a YouTube channel and he posts investigations on there.
Yeah.
He was caught up in this crazy drama with the current owner of the actual Conjuring house that the movies are based off of.
Oh.
She's like a little out of her mind.
Yeah.
And was like accusing him of all of these crazy things and him being on camera coming on her property. And he's like, "That's not me. It was wild."
That is weird.
I haven't looked at it in a while. She's like firing people
Yeah.
and not paying them. Like, it's a lot of weird stuff going on.
There's I can't think of who he is, but there's a guy that he has a YouTube channel where he kind of not exposes, but brings up like paranormal investigators and like shows how they're
faking
is he
stuff.
Irish or
Maybe,
Scottish? He's one of those.
Mm-hmm.
And
there's a couple channels.
He
like
did
that.
a whole episode about Jason Hawes, about the
collar tug.
the whole collar tug thing.
Yeah.
And then Jason like did a response video, and the guy watched it, and like Jason was really cool during it. Like I was
Did
really.
they ever admit to that being anything?
I don't.
Or does he still stand by it being real?
But he
There's
was.
a whole
he
controversy with his daughter too.
Yeah, he was very upfront with everything, and like I got a lot of respect for him after seeing that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like that's when I lost interest in Ghost Hunters, was that with the collar tug, and when people made the videos showing how it was faked, and that all of a sudden Grant's goes around a corner and the camera he was holding is gone, so he can put his hand in the pocket and pull down on a thing to make the collar tug. It's like, so that's kind of when I lost faith in them. But it's paranormal TV. None of it is real.
Yeah.
I mean, it's edited, but none of it is what an actual investigation is like. So I really love that quote. And now,
props to him for that.
Yeah. So now, Ghost Adventure stars Zach Bagans said in a statement to Us Weekly on Wednesday, quote, "My thoughts and prayers go out to his family and friends. I can only speak to my experiences with Annabelle. I did have the opportunity to investigate Annabelle when the owner brought her to my museum in 2017. I got very affected by her, and it kind of caused me to touch the doll. The owner didn't like that too much. It was a demonic infestation, and it severely affected me. I was literally in the hospital the next day. It was a 2-month-long attachment and one of the worst experiences of my life. And he goes on to say, as a collector of countless objects that are demonically infused, I keep them contained in my museum as I feel moving or relocating them can cause dangerous activity and disturbances to occur. So I was like just pissed when I read this because he turns it into something about himself.
Always.
Turns it about, and then he goes
and
on.
His museum.
And he goes on to backhandedly blame Annabelle for his death. And I mean, this is going to piss people off, but Zach Bagans is the Donald Trump of the paranormal community with his boasting and all this stuff. And I was so mad when I read this. I'm like, Jason's was so good.
Yeah.
And then Zach turns it and makes it on him, makes it all about him, and then blames Annabelle more or less for the death.
That's crazy.
Which I
was feeding. And there are so many people who don't know any better and they just believe this.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 100%. Like, he's got so many loyal followers on social media.
Diehard fans.
And it's like anybody goes to talk bad about him.
They refuse to see the reality of
they pile up on the person.
Yep.
So I was that just bothered me.
No surprise.
No,
at
it's
all.
not, but it just really bothered me, I guess. And Jason is exactly right. Remember the guy as who he was, not as somebody murdered by Annabelle.
A doll. Yeah.
So that was what set me off and made me want to talk about this one.
From the get,
well,
I
it's
was
just
annoyed.
people like
so tragic.
It's like I feel like the paranormal field is getting harder to believe in every passing month because AI, because people want clicks on TikTok and they'll throw whatever false crap up there to get ticks and to get clicks and to get people to subscribe. And it's become so fake, and we're going to get into the next story is about a sphere. But I think this is one of the reasons I love the Bet Sphere so much is because it took place in the 70s and
where you could fake stuff, but not
you could,
you can today.
And there's no footage of it that people can say that's clearly fake. There's just like people's accounts. And I love that it can't be verified or poo-pooed. It just is. There's all these channels on YouTube. Like one is called Slapped Ham, where it's just compilation videos of creepy stuff people have posted all over the internet. And it's like every one is fake. Yeah.
All these people are like scary camping experience in the woods. And you're like, that's just your friend who's like been hiding in the woods. Like every once in a while I'll see one that genuinely creeps me out. And I still say, that's probably fake.
You can't know that it's real. I mean, because it's so easy to fake stuff. It's just getting very hard for paranormal investigators to put any kind of evidence out there without
I agree.
Without people thinking it's fake. And chances are it probably is.
I'm still a big fan of Project Fear. I just watched it last night. It's still to me.
I'm not saying
genuine.
Paranormal like ghost hunting shows are bad. It's just take them for what they
grain
are.
Of salt, for sure.
Don't think that it's reality.
I'm not saying they're not out there legitimately looking for evidence and that even what they're presenting isn't legitimate. You just also have to know that there's an entertainment value
But then
here.
I think that's what Ghost Hunters ran into is that they started out
got too big.
With good intentions and the pressure of always one-upping your last investigation. They got pushed into possibly faking stuff, So I don't know. I just got all wound up about the Annabelle's, stuff. But now we're going to move on to, I'm not sure how to pronounce this. I should have looked. The Buga Sphere.
Ooh, I like Buga Sphere.
I'm out in the Buga Sphere somewhere.
That's where I live.
Buga Sphere.
Buga Sphere.
This is a fascinating story to me. But
I didn't read into it at all. I just watched the video you sent me. Okay. And it was interesting.
And I'll have to post that video in the group. So a majority of this first part of the story comes from the websites unidentifiedphenomena.com and Higgipop. Higgy, Higgy, okay. Yeah, it's actually kind of a cool
some
site.
Fun names.
Yeah, Higgipop.
The Buga Sphere on Higgipop.
So in early March of 2025, so this is very recent.
Yeah.
In early March of 2025, residents near the town of Buga in Western Colombia saw something strange in the sky. The event first came to light on March 26, 2025, when a video surfaced on social media showing a strange, luminous sphere. At first, little was known about the footage. No clear information about its origin, who filmed it, or the specific location beyond a vague connection to Colombia.
I didn't notice that it was luminous.
That might have been a different. There's a couple videos. Okay. Just a few days later, a second video showed up, revealing that both recordings had taken place in the town of Buga and were captured by two different witnesses. The second piece of footage begins to solidify what would become one of the most compelling UFO incidents in recent memory. The first video, now attributed to a young woman named Maria, showed the sphere moving with intelligence, clearly not a balloon or conventional object. The sphere glowed with various colors and had a metallic appearance. The movements weren't erratic or random, they seemed deliberate. Then came the second video, this time captured by a man in the mountains near Buga. He had been using electromagnetic equipment to search for buried treasure, and it raised the possibility that the sphere had been attracted to those devices. What truly shocked viewers was what happened next. The sphere began to descend, not crash, and the witness moved closer to it. Choosing to remain anonymous for his safety, the man reached the object, which weighed approximately 2 kilograms. I don't know what kilograms are to pounds, but...
Me either. I'd have to Google it.
Oh, jeez. Despite the risks, he picked it up with his bare hands. For the first time in a while, a civilian had physical possession of a sphere, an object that resembles the ones seen flying worldwide, such as the one spotted recently on the runway at Manchester Airport, which ascended before contact could be made. But in Buga, someone finally held one. One of the first people to hold the sphere was a local man named Jose Restrepo. He claimed the object felt ice cold, gave him a strange metallic taste in his mouth, and even caused his fingerprints to temporarily disappear, making it impossible for him to unlock his phone. Jose passed the sphere to his cousin David, who owns a metalworking shop. He gave the object the nickname El Potro, Spanish for the Colt.
The Colt?
Yeah, but in other accounts, I read that one of the investigators that were looking at the thing was called El Potro. So it's just a lot of conflicting reports, and it's very hard to really get a nail on this topic. So many clicks.
There's a lot of weird noises down here. Yeah.
Maybe Annabelle's down here. Is Annabelle down here?
No.
From this point on, the story started to attract international attention. At this point in the story, Mexican journalist and UFO researcher Jamie Maussan got involved. He's known for his interest in unexplained aerial phenomena, traveled to Colombia to examine the object. He arranged for it to be taken to Mexico for testing. By the end of May 2025, major news outlets were picking up the story, and videos of the object had been widely shared online. According to reports, scientists studying the spheres found have you seen like pictures of the sphere, like what it looks like?
Well, you sent me that video.
Yeah, but have you seen look up Buga Sphere on your phone? It looks like a colander with art on it. It's
from the video. It kept reminding me, because it didn't get really close. It was just a ball.
Yeah,
it reminded me of one of those exercise balls.
Yeah,
that's what it looked like to me.
But okay, it's got these designs on it.
Sphere.
It's got all these funky designs on it.
Oh. It does look like a colander.
It does look like a colander.
Oh.
Yeah, so...
It's kind of cool.
Yep.
It's pretty. Smaller than I thought.
According to reports, scientists studying the sphere found no signs of it being assembled in parts. It appeared to be made from a single piece of metal. Internal scans, including X-rays, suggested a complex structure inside the orb with smaller spheres nestled inside, almost like a set of Russian dolls. Some sources claim that there were at least 9, maybe as many as 16 of these smaller spheres inside. Despite this complexity, researchers couldn't identify any obvious electronics, wiring, or power source inside the object.
How much did it weigh? Sorry.
2 kilograms when they first found it, but that's gonna come up shortly.
That is 4 pounds.
Okay, it's
pretty light.
It's going to come up shortly.
Okay.
It didn't match any known type of drone, satellite component, or aircraft part. The claim that this metal sphere can fly without any obvious signs of propulsion or electronics might sound shocking, but remember, there is no direct evidence that this is the orb that was witnessed flying.
Okay.
So the thing is, there's a video of it flying, and then the guy going to pick it up off the ground when it lands.
But there's a cut between the two?
But there's cuts in the video that it could easily be faked.
Okay, now let's set this on the ground and you go over and pick
yeah,
it up.
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
The sphere was said to weigh around 2 kilograms when first found, but reports claim that it grew heavier over a matter of days, eventually reaching about 10 kilograms. This unexpected change in weight raised eyebrows, as objects don't normally change mass unless something is added or removed. One of the theories about this is that whatever was causing it to be able to fly or hover was still kind of going when it was on the ground, making it lighter. And then as it shut down, it got heavier.
Interesting.
Yeah, which is kind of cool, actually.
How does that work?
I don't know. Further tests reportedly revealed that the object was partly made of tough, corrosion-resistant metal and had an outer shell that was difficult to scratch. Some researchers, this sounds like the Bet sphere in a lot of ways. Some researchers claim the sphere contained fiber optic strands inside, 52 in total, according to one analysis, which they believed functioned as sensors. There were also reports that the sphere warmed up by itself, reaching about 33 degrees Celsius even in normal room temperatures. And when placed near a strong magnet, its physical properties reportedly changed. Specifically, its hardness dropped noticeably. These are highly unusual results if accurate, although so far no peer-reviewed study has confirmed them. On the surface of the sphere were strange carved symbols, not ordinary writing, but mysterious markings said to resemble ancient scripts like runes. They didn't match any known language exactly. Some enthusiasts fed images of the symbols into artificial intelligence tools, which provided poetic phrases. I'll get to those in a little bit. This led to suggestions that the object might carry a message, either from another civilization or perhaps intended as spiritual or philosophical guidance. Such ideas caught the imagination of many in the UFO community. Some suggested the sphere might be a probe sent by an advanced non-human intelligence. Others compared it to earlier reports of strange metal orbs, such as the Bet sphere found in Florida in the 1970s. Critics pointed out that most of the testing had been done by researchers close to Mason rather than by independent laboratories. And I don't know if this is the same guy, but one of the guys that is involved with researching this thing is the guy that has been known to hoax a lot of like alien bodies, finding supposed alien bodies.
Okay.
So yeah.
Immediately.
Yeah, sends up red flags.
Yeah. Do you just automatically discount all of it now?
Yep. Some well-known scientists voiced doubts. Dr. Julia Mossbridge, a neuroscientist from the University of San Diego, suggested that the object looked more like a creative art project than a spacecraft. She also pointed out that people might be drawn to these kinds of stories because they reflect wider uncertainties in society.
Isn't it suspicious that the guy's cousin or whatever is a metal worker?
Yeah, there's a lot of suspicious stuff. Another voice of skepticism came from Dr. Gary Nolan, a Stanford professor who had studied alleged UFO materials before. He said that there was, quote, a 99% chance that the object was made on Earth. He suggested that it could be a cleverly designed drone, possibly using small directional thrusters to hover and change direction, and that the symbols and strange features might be there purely to give it an alien feel. Over time, suspicions began to grow that the entire saga might be an elaborate hoax. Experts examining the videos of the sphere noticed irregularities such as sudden jumps in movement and odd behavior as it passed behind trees, which might indicate digital editing. As it stands, the Buga Sphere remains an open case. Supporters say it could be one of the biggest discoveries of modern times, proof of non-human technology. Skeptics tend to lead towards more straightforward explanations that it's most likely a hoax or part of a deliberate stunt. While some might entertain the idea that it could be an advanced but human-made device, many believe the story just doesn't hold up under scrutiny. The videos could have been manipulated, the object itself might be a custom-built prop, and many of the extraordinary claims about its behavior remains unverified. At the moment, the sphere is being safely held while more tests are being carried out. Mason's team says that they plan to try various experiments, including spinning the sphere to see if it behaves unusually and performing carbon dating on any organic material it may contain. In the meantime, the object continues to spark debate. In recent days, new footage has surfaced that appears to show another metallic sphere in the skies over Colombia, this time reportedly filmed by a contractor at a sugar refinery near Yumbo, not far from Buga. The video, it's all in Spanish. I'm not even going to try to pronounce it, has added fresh fuel. I'm going to try to post these in the group too, so you can see them tomorrow. The video has added fresh fuel to the mystery, prompting renewed speculation about whether or not these sightings are part of a wider phenomenon or are simply the result of continued hoax activity. So I don't know. And this comes from an article on culturacollectiva.com. It says the Buga UFO sphere isn't just your average UFO. This metallic object, recovered in March 2025, is made of 3 layers of metal-like material and is surrounded by 18 microspheres, all encasing a central nucleus. Some scientists and researchers have speculated that this nucleus could be a quantum chip, adding to the mystery of its origin. X-ray scans of the sphere reveal no welds or joints, suggesting that it was forged as a single piece. But that's not all. The surface of the sphere is covered in symbols resembling ancient script, including Mesopotamian ruins. Researchers believe that these symbols might be conveying a message. There are also other unsettling reports. Touching the sphere allegedly causes sickness, while pouring water on it makes the water vaporize instantly. The Buga Sphere has become the focus of intense scientific scrutiny.
Like, is any of that fact?
I don't know. Experts from various fields, including a team from a German electromagnetic detection company, are analyzing the object. Their findings are just as baffling. The most shocking discovery, when the sphere was first found, it weighed about 2 kilograms. But once placed on a calibrated scale later, its weight mysteriously now increased to 10 kilograms.
That's weird.
Yeah. Furthermore, scientists are pondering
Allegedly.
whether the sphere is autonomous or if it's remotely controlled by some external force. And from the website mysterylores.com, it says, investigators employed a microscope to examine the equatorial belt of the sphere, revealing multiple holes filled with crystal fiber optics. Preliminary analysis suggests these might collect atmospheric data. An interesting connection was made to historical crop circle designs, positing that they may represent communications from non-human intelligent. One commenter noted, quote, this device connects with consciousness and allows multidimensional communication.
Oh, does it now?
It does. The sphere's north pole features a chip-like pattern, and the analysis of 14 nodes emanating from it revealed a copper composition. These nodes are suspected to form an antenna array, which could be responsible for transmitting information. Remarkably, the sphere generates a specific radio frequency. Looking ahead, the investigation team plans to uncover the nature of the sphere's propulsion system. Comments from the community indicate an eagerness to place together how it can levitate. The team remains committed to cautiously managing the investigation, ensuring that the sphere stays in their safe custody. They will avoid transferring it to outside researchers outside of Mexico until they've conducted thorough examinations. So that's kind of where it is. Another website, for some reason, I had to translate it. It was from Newsweek, but I had to translate it. It said that, where is it here? No. That, again, this is a person saying that they think it's just a piece of artwork. I'm looking for...
It feels like the most likely explanation.
Yeah. Unexplainedmysteries.com says, quote, it's arguably one of the most controversial UFO cases in recent months, and yet it's a story that refuses to disappear. The object in question, described as a silver metallic sphere roughly the size of a large football, drew attention in March when it was filmed darting and zigzagging through the sky over the town of Buga. According to reports, the object allegedly landed somewhere nearby and was recovered by local authorities. Since then, it has been undergoing extensive examination by a team of researchers. One of these, radiologist Dr. Jose Luis Velasquez, claims that the sphere exhibits no welds or joints. He says, quote, it is of artificial origin. It shows no evidence of welding, and its internal structure is composed of high-density elements. And this is kind of what we got into with the Bet sphere, that when they took the x-rays and stuff, it was kind of weird inside of it. More testing is needed to establish its origin. The researchers have also used AI to analyze symbols found on the sphere's surface. When they fed the symbols into AI said that the inscription reads, and again, AI is
Can just
not
make anything up.
It could just literally make anything up. So according to AI, the inscription reads, quote, The origin of birth through union and energy in the cycle of transformation, meeting point of unity, expansion, and consciousness, individual consciousness. That's what it says.
Okay.
The team writes, quote, we interpret this as a message to humanity, encouraging a collective shift in consciousness to help Mother Earth, especially considering the current issues with pollution and environmental decline. Still, it's hard to ignore just how dubious the whole story sounds. One thing's for sure, the strange metallic sphere isn't going anywhere anytime soon. Yeah. So...
I think it's all a hoax.
Do you?
Yeah. There's just too many things that point at it not being legitimate.
Yeah. Another article from WION says... The team says that the sphere has a central nucleus, which they refer to as a chip. They further noted that the place where the Buga Sphere fell mysteriously dried up, killing all the grass and soil around it. Trying to explain how that could have happened, scientists do not think that any kind of radiation was involved, but instead they think, quote, an invisible energy sucked all the water from the grass and soil.
Isn't that a close encounter of the second kind?
I think so.
When, there's the physical environment is impacted.
Since then, nothing has grown back in the area. Rodolfo Garrido, an engineer with the team, says it seems like a strong, decaying ionized field from the Buga Sphere might have that effect on the grass. Yeah. One of the researchers...
Or it just sat there for really long, because when you leave anything sitting in the grass for long enough, it'll kill
One of the researchers believes that the sphere likely uses, quote, futuristic gravitational forces to shed weight to help it fly. The weight change and the discovery of the wires, the nucleus, and the material and the microspheres have led them to conclude that the Buga Sphere can manipulate gravity and is an advanced probe from an advanced civilization. That's not all. The researchers think the sphere generates its own electromagnetic field, which helps it get off the ground.
Who are these researchers again?
I don't know. It's very vague. It's very vague. And the pictures make me feel it's fake. It looks so artsy and it looks like it's trying to be mysterious and all that.
Hieroglyphics on it.
But the thing is, like, when I started looking into this, a lot of people see these spheres, these metallic spheres flying around. And I did not know that.
It has been part of the whole drone thing. A lot of spheres have been spotted too.
Yeah. So that being a huge fan of the Bet Sphere, that really interests me. And so then it pointed out a couple other stories of spheres, and I'm just going to talk about two ones here that are pretty interesting, and then I think we'll be done. But this first one is like really fascinating. I'm going to post a clip, the YouTube clip of this news story. So this is about Jim Marlin. From an August 23rd, 2022 Austin 7 News article, it says, quote, Jim Marlin has gone all over the U.S., helped launch the career of American country star Willie Nelson, and has made a lot of money along the way. And wherever he's gone, the music promoter has taken a strange object with him, a silver sphere. According to Marlin, it's not just any sphere. Marlin says his sphere is alien technology, and it's been part of his family's history for more than 40 years.
Okay.
This looks like the Bet Sphere, and I didn't know that this even existed.
Huh.
Yeah. So Marlin told 7 News Spotlight from his home in Texas, quote, it's a part of me now. I've taken it with me everywhere I go, and I can't explain why, but sometimes I feel like it's protecting me. I've seen it do things that I can't explain.
Doesn't that the timing is weird with the Bet Sphere? That was 40 years ago?
Yeah.
And he's been carrying it around for 40 years?
I thought about that too. I got to take my pill. So talk to the listeners.
But there's no connection that you have found between the Bet Sphere and this story?
As far as connections between that and the Bet Sphere, no.
Okay.
But in the pictures of it, it looks a lot kind of like the Bet Sphere.
Huh. So
it's weird that... So what was 40 years ago from now?
Well... Oh, math. I'm about to turn 49.
Seriously?
Uh-huh.
Why did I think you were like 44?
Oh, geez, I wish. No, actually, I don't wish. Whatever. I am the age I am.
Well, it's around the 70s and 80s, isn't it? I mean,
it's got to be earlier. 80s. Oh, 40 years. Yeah. It would be at the 80s.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's right. It lines up kind of around the time of the Bet Sphere. So he says he takes it with him everywhere he goes, and he feels like it's protecting him. And he's seen it do things I can't explain. And then the article says, we've all seen those underwhelming images of UFOs, the ones in distant, blurry, and low-resolution pictures where you can't see much at all. Marlin claims he has something much more. He says his 50-pound magnetic sphere is solid, testable evidence of alien technology, and he says that celebrities, including Dennis Hopper, Jane Fonda, and Neil Young, have all touched the sphere. Decades ago, Marlin was living in New Mexico, and a friend of his, who was working as Dennis Hopper's bodyguard, wanted him to come see his house. It was way out in the desert in the middle of nowhere. We went out there, and there was a pile of these spheres in his yard, he said. I said,
Okay.
what the heck is that? And he said, Jim, I tell you, but you wouldn't believe me. I said, try me. He said, Jim, I swear to God, a UFO came over my house and dropped these in my yard. They've just been sitting there ever since. Marlin was offered the chance to take one, and he did. I was amazed, he said. I've never seen any of these. Since then, he's witnessed some mysterious moments with the sphere. He says, quote, one night, as I was laying with my back on the floor, I was just mindlessly rubbing my feet on this sphere while I was talking to a friend. Suddenly, there was a flash of light, and I was shot across the floor on my back. I was about 6 to 10 feet away from the sphere. There's no explanation for that. While the origin of the sphere remains a mystery, there's a long history of UFO sightings. In a lot of sightings, there are these metallic, silvery spheres that are seen surrounding UFOs. In the 1970s, a family investigating a small fire in a forest near their home discovered a silver sphere similar to Marlin's. The difference with Marlin's discovery is that at least renowned scientist Professor Gary Nolan, who we brought up in the last one, is prepared to consider the possibility that there might be a non-human explanation for the technology. At the request of Professor Nolan, 7 News Spotlight took samples of corrosion on the outside of the sphere. With the samples secured, we traveled 3,000 kilometers west to San Francisco to the lab of Stanford University's immunology professor. It's where a machine exists with the ability to test the origin of the metal that makes up the mysterious sphere. He's openly intrigued by Marlin's claims. He says, quote, if what he's saying is true, then you've basically got a UFO scout vehicle sitting in his house in Texas. Nolan has begun testing on the corrosion, which is expected to take about 30 days. The entire sphere is now in the care of Nolan. If this really is alien technology, he says, our civilization needs this, and I think it should fall into the right hands. And that was the last thing I could find about it. So I could not find the results of what the... And a lot of people say that this was proven to be, what do they call the Bet sphere? A ball valve? Or like some kind of ball check valve? Like this. Remember that there was the discussion that somebody was supposedly driving with these ball check valves or art things or whatever on top of their Jeep, and it fell off and rolled into the woods, and that's what the Bet sphere was.
Okay.
But a lot of people say that this is a ball valve that's used in like factory machinery. And that people said that's what the Bet sphere is.
Okay.
But this, it's weird how much this is like look up, go on your phone and look up Jim Marlin's sphere. And like a picture of him holding it, it looks like the Bet sphere. So are these like legitimate things?
Marlin. Oh, I didn't even have to search it. It came up.
It looks it looks like the Bet sphere, like a big silver ball.
Weird, yeah.
And one of the Reddit comments...
Does it seem a little bigger, though?
Yeah, it does seem bigger. One of the Reddit comments was by a guy that said he went out to a friend's house once and they were draining his pond for some reason. And at the bottom, they found this small-looking pyramid made up of silver spheres. And they refilled the pond, but they looked into it, and they believe that... back in the day when DDT was considered safe, that this is how it was released. And they thought that's what the spheres were. Okay. So I don't know. But the Jim Marlin story kind of fascinates me, especially if he's being honest about being shot back by the sphere when he was... I don't know if I'd rub my feet on a strange metal sphere. But now we get to Juanito Juan. The Juanito Juan UFO incident gained significant attention starting in August 2022 when Juanito Juan, whose real name is Juan Manuel Sanchez, captured images of strange metallic spheres in the sky near Valle Hermoso, Tamaulipas. Initially, Juanito, a vehicle repair worker, had no plans to share his findings. However, as the sightings became more frequent, occurring up to 3 times a week, he decided to make them public, hoping to open people's eyes to the reality of this phenomena. In his first widely shared encounter, Juanito was photographing an incoming storm when he noticed and captured images of 3 metallic spheres flying across the sky. These photographs went viral, especially after being highlighted by well-known UFO researcher Jamie Masson, who was also involved with the other sphere, with the first story, with the Buga Sphere.
Okay.
So these names keep popping up in the circle of the spheres, no pun intended. You know, Juanito's sightings did not stop there. In 2024, more videos and images were captured, continuing to show similar objects in the skies over Juanito. These sightings reinforced the region's reputation for frequent UFO activity and sparked renewed debate, particularly with the emergence of videos showing objects with bright lights moving in inexplicable ways. Juanito himself has been hesitant to embrace titles like contactee or chosen one, preferring to describe himself as a messenger sharing what he has seen. The event in question describes a UFO encounter experienced by Juanito Juan on the night of August 28, 2023. During this encounter, Juanito claims to have seen a mysterious sphere inside his home, which he recorded on video, and I'll post the video of this too. He even approached the sphere and reportedly touched it, describing the sensation as feeling like velvet. This was not an isolated event, as Juan had documented several UFO sightings in the area, describing previous encounters where similar spheres hovered near his home, some of which emitted light in various colors. In this specific event, he interacted closely with the sphere, which remained motionless as he reached out to touch it. In the video, he expresses disbelief as he makes contact, repeatedly saying, "I'm touching it." The sphere is believed to be the same object seen near his home in earlier sightings in 2023. His encounters have drawn attention from UFO researchers, including Jamie Masson, who has presented the footage as compelling evidence of close contact with non-human intelligences. These incidents suggest an increasing frequency of UFO activity in the region, fueling speculation that these objects might be seeking closer interaction with humans. The video shows the sphere floating and interacting with Juanito, and the footage has been analyzed to confirm its authenticity. According to the investigation, his encounter marks a rare instance of direct contact with what appears to be non-human technology. In addition, his earlier sightings are also discussed. Mawson's team further analyzed the video and noted strange occurrences such as light beams emitted by the sphere and its movement in response to Juan's approach. Juanito Juan's encounters with metallic spheres align closely with the characteristics of what would be classified as Type 3 spheres, similar to what I witnessed as a child. That's the person writing this article. So they've seen spheres too. Type 3 spheres are typically small, metallic, and oval-shaped and are believed to be part of a global monitoring network. They can change shape, emit light, and even pass through solid objects, suggesting non-human technology. Often linked with poltergeist activity, they create disturbances in their surroundings and interact with other types of spheres in the network.
That's the first time I've heard it's linked with poltergeist activity.
No, because like poltergeist stuff started to happen in the Betts.
Oh.
Like they would hear funeral organ music. At the same time.
It's been a while since we talked about that.
Yeah. Maybe if
How many
next season,
seasons ago was that?
5? Maybe next season. Next season, I also think we need to do some updates. We need to have an episode that is all updates on old topics.
Yeah, I agree.
And this was from another source. This is a mechanic from Mexico. Juanito Juan has been documenting strange spheres going overhead for years. And this showed up in this source, but nowhere else. And it said that Juan was out on the road one day when a car pulled up beside him, the driver offering no explanation, just handing out a mysterious object saying, quote, "I'm not going to tell you anything. Just check it out and see what happens." And that was a sphere. The object appeared to be made of metal or some unknown material and featured strange, possibly non-human markings. It's got these symbols on it that aren't like anything I know. They're not letters. They're just... And then he stops there. At one point during the recording, he claims that the symbols briefly revealed themselves and started to glow. As he inspected the sphere further, using a digital handheld thermometer, he noticed that the object was reading dramatically different temperatures across its surface. One side measured as low as 26 degrees Celsius, while the other side climbed well past 31 degrees Celsius. So that's, and again, these are all... There's a lot of discrepancies. There's a lot of differences in the reports. A lot of them are translated from Spanish. So that's Jim and Juanito Juan's I really like gems because it reminds me so much of the Bat Sphere. And then lastly, we'll get into Patrick Jackson. This comes from Higgy Pop from an article called, quote, "One Man's Ghost is Another Man's Invisible Alien Sphere." The article says Patrick Jackson really has left no stone unturned as he questions every aspect of a much-loved belief system and the core areas of paranormal experiences and activities. Asking hard questions about common premeditated conclusions relating to everything from apparitions to EVPs, some of which haven't even been challenged since the observations originated in the 16th century. His logic has led him to believe that we're not dealing with human spirits and hauntings, and it makes perfect sense to him. As he explains in his book, in 2015 around the world, 57 million people died. Despite this high number of deaths, paranormal activity seems to remain at a constant level, neither growing or decreasing in line with the death count, which is kind of true.
Also, where's this data coming from?
I don't know, but it's true. Like there's not
Reported
really an
activity?
increase in paranormal activity as more people die. So I see what he's saying.
Yeah. Do you think we'd have more ghosts walking around?
Yeah. Patrick has studied the behavior patterns in haunting cases and has come to the conclusions that they aren't like the behavior of humans, but are more like a computer program. For him, these two pieces, you're not buying
right
it, are
away.
you? You're not buying it.
You know me.
For
I don't
him,
like
these two pieces of logic combined rule out the possibility that it is human spirits behind hauntings. If it's not human spirits, then what is it? Well, Patrick started to notice other trends in paranormal evidence, and he saw spheres. These metal objects popped up in many strange images, including classic ghost photos and videos of UFOs and videos of orbs. It's not just in ghost photos that he has found these spheres, also in alleged photos of UFOs, not to mention the tales of Foo Fighters during World War II, which were described as unidentified sphere-shaped aircraft that followed Allied aircraft.
I always forget that that's where that name
came from.
The band
Yep.
came from.
Building on this, Patrick has concluded that there is an artificially intelligent network of thousands of invisible metallic spheres stationed around the globe, acting as a weaponized firewall to protect Earth's airspace from possible hostile invasion. These spheres are evenly distributed around the world. Patrick says this is why haunted locations tend to be in lines or clusters approximately 5 miles apart. The subtle clues of these spheres, operation and existence at these locations, is what paranormal investigators are mistaking for ghosts. Patrick goes on to apply this logic to all aspects of a haunting and ghost behavior, and there's not a single answer he doesn't have. Why can't these things be seen? A cloaking device. How are objects in haunted houses thrown or moved? Tractor beams. How do those objects pass through solid walls? Quantum tunneling. Why are haunted locations more active at night? Because spheres mainly operate between 1 a.m. and 4 a.m., the witching hour.
I don't love how definitive all of his
Yeah.
answers are.
Paranormal hangovers, or the sensation of feeling drained after a night-long ghost hunt. Surely Patrick doesn't have an explanation for that. Oh, yes, he does. He says this is due to low-level radiation poisoning caused by proximity to a sphere. Sounds dangerous? Well, yes. But Patrick said that's why the spheres try to scare people by throwing objects, making sounds, and communicating phrases like, quote, "get out." These are all warnings of the danger that the sphere poses to them. How about EVPs and spirit boxes? He says it's the result of a method of broadcast directly transmitted from the sphere to the circuit of the recording device, which is why EVPs can be captured even when no microphone is connected. How about the shadow figures or black masses that are often seen at haunted locations? Patrick says that the dark shadow is the result of the sphere's gravitational wave-based propulsion system, which inadvertently blocks photons of light. Forget shadow figures, how do you explain apparitions? He says the sphere projects an image of a human that's stored in its database to scare people away. These apparitions can take any form, from a monk to a lady in Victorian-era clothing. So why is it never a ghost running around shouting, shouting modern phrases? Well, Patrick says it's a bit like the chameleon circuit on Doctor Who's TARDIS, which has gotten stuck as a retro police box. In the sphere's case, they are stuck with the disguise of a Roman soldier or a gray lady rather than any modern day imagery. It seems there's not a single question or paranormal phenomenon that Patrick can explain, but despite his sound logic, he isn't able to offer up any evidence for his theory.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Sadly, the only evidence he has is the exact same evidence that ghost hunters present, the same blurry photos and questionable responses from unproven ghost hunting gadgets. Mm-hmm. The only difference between Patrick and ghost hunters is how they interpret the evidence. One thinks a glowing ball of light is a manifesting spirit. The others think it's an alien sphere. If you believe in neither of these things, then neither argument is more compelling than the other, or that the light is being caused by an invisible glass donkey, for that matter. This isn't to say that Patrick is wrong, but he's unwittingly falling into the same trap as ghost hunters do. In his book, he writes that after decades of investigating, ghosts are still unproven, but the evidence that he provides is no better than that the ghost hunters have been providing for decades, and his theory is equally as unproven. Mm-hmm. So he says that all hauntings are because there is this network of invisible spheres around the planet that don't want you coming near them, so it makes you afraid or projects EVPs or projects ghosts.
It also sounds like instead of letting the evidence lead where it's going to lead, he looks for evidence that points to his theory.
What's that called? Confirmation bias.
Yes,
it's very
100%.
Much confirmation bias. And lastly, this one actually kind of weirded me out. In a weird bit of synchronicity, I've been reading a lot of John Keel's stuff, and one night while I was researching this, I was reading his book, Operation Trojan Horse, and he talks about this in there. He says, quote, "Mysterious hollow metal spheres have also been dropping out of the sky all over the world. 3 such spheres were found in the Australian desert in 1963. They were about 14 inches in diameter and had a shiny, polished surface. Australian scientists were baffled by them. On April 30th, 1963, Alan Fairhall, the Minister of Supply, appeared before the House of Representatives and told them that all efforts to open the spheres had failed. The objects were allegedly turned over to the U.S. Air Force, and that seems to be the end of them. Other metallic spheres have dropped out of the sky near Monterrey, Mexico, and Conway, Arkansas. The Mexican ball was identified as titanium. The one in Arkansas was stainless steel. But other spheres have been found in Argentina and Africa. They do not seem to be rocket parts, nor would it be possible for a piece of rocket to go through re-entry and land intact, as these things have done." So it was interesting that he talks about spheres too. So what do you think? That's pretty much it. Like, I'm fascinated by the sphere stuff.
Yeah, me too. Like, just in general. Especially around all the drone sightings lately, there have been a lot of sphere sightings.
Yeah, like I've always bought the Betz sphere as something otherworldly or some kind of weird technology. These current ones, the Buga Sphere, I just have a very hard time with by how mysterious it was made to look. You know what I mean?
There are too many holes in the story, too many characters involved that aren't exactly credible.
No. And they keep showing up in the same... in different spheres. Yeah. So, yeah.
I don't know.
But it's interesting that Keel talked about them. It's interesting that there's a lot, like the one with the gem guy with putting his feet on it, and he's got the pictures. I love that because that is so reminiscent of the Betz sphere. But so many people on Reddit and everywhere else said that it's just one of those ball valves that people say that the Betz sphere was. But with the Betz sphere, like... one of my go-to podcasts when I'm driving around, not really wanting to pay attention, is the Astonishing Legends 3 or 4 part one about the Betz sphere and the Oddball podcast that is all about the Betz sphere. Like I'm just in love with that story, and
Oddball.
But that one sucks because it ended. You know, it was like a 4 or 5 part where they actually played like the old news interviews with the people that saw the sphere. And it was really well done. I think it was 5 parts. And the last part ends with the host playing the voicemail she got from Jerry Betts, saying that Jerry does not want to talk about it, but she will talk about it to that host. And that's when COVID happened, and there was no follow-up. So Jerry never got back with her, but it was interesting hearing Jerry's actual voice. Yeah. You know, but those 2 are really good. And I love I feel like the Betz sphere was a legitimate weird strange thing. Where these, I don't know.
They're almost like copycats.
Yeah, like, I don't know. What if the guy with Jim with his silver ball was just pulling his chain when he said, oh yeah, UFO dropped these off in the backyard, and now the guy has way too much invested in it, but he'd said his family's carried it for 40 years. It is still my dream to actually hold one of these spheres one day. I doubt it'll ever happen, but that's on my bucket list. Okay. So there you go. There
Annabelle
is Annabelle on the loose
spheres.
and haunted
Not
spheres,
haunted spheres,
but strange spheres.
Yeah, which seem to lean extraterrestrial.
Yeah, but I don't know if I buy that there's a network of these things and that when something malfunctions with them, that's when they appear in reality.
Or that it can explain all ghost activity.
But I don't know. Silver spheres, man, they're pretty cool. You ready for trivia?
I am.
Okay, how long are we looking at?
I would say we're like an hour and a half.
Okay, they'll be an average size.
Yeah.
Again, I just decided to do this episode at the last minute. I kind of don't like doing recent news stories because they're
not fleshed out yet.
They're not fleshed out yet, and then 2 years down the road, when they've been proven as hoaxes, it's kind of a boring episode.
Like the Dybbuk box?
Like the Dybbuk box. It's like a
we
boring.
should do a follow-up to that.
Yeah, we should. It's like a boring episode when you know that it was nothing.
Yeah.
So I try not to do these ones that are current, but this one I just thought was interesting, and once I saw shiny silver ball, I was all in because I love the bat sphere.
You're a cat at heart.
Because I'm a cat at heart, exactly. So trivia questions. Again, we have 4 questions now per episode. All of these have the same theme. You'll figure it out. I don't think these are very hard, but I think they're fun. You ready?
Ready.
Question 29. For 5 strange points, where would you have heard the songs, quote, Welcome to LA, quote, Something in the Air, and quote, Diagnosis? Where would you have heard those 3 songs? For 5 strange points, where would you have heard the songs Welcome to LA, Something in the Air, and Diagnosis? Question number 30. Based on the YouTube comments, that is so loud.
God.
You're jumpy.
There's an ancient refrigerator down here, and it's on, and every once in a while it clunks really loudly.
Yeah, you're jumpy.
Yeah.
You're scared about Annabelle and silver spheres.
Yeah.
Question number 30.
Evil Annabelle.
Based on the YouTube comments, I wasn't the only child traumatized by this 1978 movie trailer. For 10 strange points, what are the last 2 words that FATS, F-A-T-S, what are the last 2 words that FATS says in the movie trailer, and what actor provided the voice for FATS? Again, based on the YouTube comments, I wasn't the only child traumatized by this 1978 movie trailer. For 10 strange points, what are the last 2 words that FATS says in the movie trailer, and what actor provided the voice for FATS? Question number 31. For 10 strange points, give me the name of the small screen deadly doll who was discovered in a lobster trap and met its end in a kitchen appliance, or did it? Again, question 31. For 10 strange points, give me the name of the small screen deadly doll who was discovered in a lobster trap and met its end in a kitchen appliance, or did it? Any ideas what show? Mm-mm. What show would have that? That's just a little hint.
Okay.
Question 32. This is the strange stumper. This one's kind of a toughie. And again, these all share the same theme. So there's a little hint. Strange stumper. Question 32. Comprised of band members Copper, Tiger, and Spider with a Y instead of an I, they released only one album, and that album includes the song, quote, Ain't Nothing But a House Party. For 5 strange points, give me the name of the band. Again, strange stumper. Question 32. Comprised of band members Copper, Tiger, and Spider with a Y instead of an I, they released only one album, and that album includes the song Ain't Nothing But a House Party. For 5 strange points, give me the name of the band. Krista's got nothing.
No, I got nothing.
Okay, there's your trivia questions. Oh, I also ended up getting a $25 Amazon gift card that I don't really need, so I'm putting it in with the prize for.
Cool.
So you get merch, I think Strange Sessions merch. You get to pick
what I can find.
Yeah, what you unpack and can find.
Still having trouble finding stuff.
You get to pick what the season opener would be next year in our last ever season. You get a $25 Amazon gift card. If you're outside of the country, I'll figure out something else because I don't think they can use Amazon. And whatever else we come up with before the time the contest is done.
Yeah.
So there are the questions. They'll appear. I'll put them in the strangers group on Facebook next weekend.
Cool.
And I think that's it.
Yeah.
That was a lot, especially with the housekeeping. Hopefully you guys aren't hating us for wanting to wrap it up after next season, but it's a long time away.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. We could get mad at each other and just cancel it out of the blue and be like, we're done.
See that happening.
We're done. I don't see that happening either.
Oop, I just hit my mic.
Again, next episode, listener stories.
Yeah.
We need your stories, so please send them to us. I don't know how many we're going to get. Make sure that they're real. Unless we don't get enough, then
we'll
send
just
fake
go to
stories.
Reddit.
We'll just go to, well, yeah, we will. If we don't get enough stories, we'll just go to Reddit. I have 3 funky stories from Reddit that I'm saving. One of them might be my all-time favorite Reddit story.
Okay.
That I'm saving for when we do an episode where we answer the trivia questions. Because my goal is to get 50 questions.
Okay.
So at a future episode, we're going to do these couple of funky Reddit stories that I really like and made me giggle. And then I'm going to do the answers for all 50 trivia questions.
Well, we're already in the 40s, right?
No,
30s.
32.
32.
32. My favorite number.
Oh, we'll easily hit 50.
Yeah.
in
So,
10
but we're
episodes.
going to do 4 questions an episode.
Okay.
I already have the questions done for the listener stories episode. All with a common theme again.
Okay.
You can figure that one out. But we need your stories for the next episode. Okay.
Okay.
What do you got going on the rest of the day?
Going up north to visit my mom.
Okay. Good for you.
Thanks.
I am picking up some groceries and then I think I'm going home. I need to see Aaron one of these days. Hey, Aaron, I haven't been down to
Aaron.
West Bend in a while. My car seems like it's doing okay. So I should be okay to go down there.
I'm not really on your way anymore.
Yeah, you're not. And I missed Quick Trip down in Sheboygan where
Actually,
you
you
live.
could get there from here too. It's just a different route.
I could. I discovered, okay, you know where the McDonald's is in Manitowoc that I always stopped at?
I think so.
The main McDonald's. There's one right by the exit to get on the highway that's part of a gas station. That one is so much better.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, I didn't know that. I've never went to that one. Whenever Corey came down to do the podcast, him and I would always stop at that one. But this morning there was a long line at the other McDonald's and they're so slow. So I stopped at this other one and it was like, bam, 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 here you go. And everything was great. So that's my new McDonald's to stop at.
And it's right on your way.
It is right on my way. And it's a fun drive coming here.
Yeah. Don't give too much away.
I'm not giving too much away. But yeah, so I don't think I'm doing anything today. I need to clean my kitchen. And I started the first episode of season 3, the last season of Squid Game. So I want to watch some of that today.
Okay.
But I'm just going to take it easy this week. And I don't feel great today. I woke up with like a weird stomach and I just don't feel hot. You said you had a headache.
Yeah, that's better now.
So
I've been sleeping with the window open, and sometimes I wonder if that affects me somehow. I'm not sure. Maybe
especially
it's the
with
fires.
the smoke. It's probably the smoke.
Maybe that's what it is. I didn't even think of that.
But the sun looked so weird. It looked very apocalyptic this morning.
I haven't even seen the sun yet. I mean, I
So,
realize it's sunny out, but
again, we need your listener stories. Please send us your stories.
Yep.
If you find a strange metallic silver sphere, please send it to me.
Yeah.
You probably don't want it down here if it's
Do you
going to be
need the
floating
deets?
around. Oh, deets.
That'd
I
be a
forgot
good,
that last
good segue
episode.
into the deets.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
you did?
I did. I
I
totally
didn't
forgot it
notice that.
last episode. You can email us your stories to thestrangesessions@gmail.com. Krista does a great job on Instagram at The Strange Sessions, where you can also message your personal stories for the next episode. You can send postcards and snail mail of your strange stories to The Strange Sessions, P.O. Box 434, Manitowoc, Wisconsin, 54221-0434. I get excited when I check it and there's something inside and it turns out just to be like junk mail. It's like, ugh. Please call our lonely phone line with a strange story at 920-443-9602. We got to bring up something right before the end that we totally were going to talk about and we forgot about. And you
I already forgot. I don't know what you're talking about.
And you can send listeners' stories to thestrangesessionstories@gmail.com. And I think that's it. But, so last week I was leaving work one day.
Oh, duh. Oh my
And
God,
there's
how
a
did I
guy
forget
that
this?
goes blaring by on a bike. And I'm walking through the parking lot to my car at work. And he goes, "Hey, Kurt." And I'm like, hey, I don't know who you are.
Hey, you.
And then 2 days ago, I was leaving work, walking through the parking lot, and he goes like he goes so fast on his bicycle. He goes by on his bicycle, and he goes, "Stay strange." Who are you?
That's crazy.
Like, I can't recognize who you are because of the bike helmet. But it's like when he said "stay strange," I'm like, oh my God. I'm like,
that's crazy.
I'm like, so
like,
let
is
me
this
know
somebody
who.
you actually know personally?
I don't
or
know
literally
because
just
they
a
go by
stranger?
so fast and they have
gotta
the bike
know.
helmet on. I'm not sure who it is.
We gotta know who it
And when he
is.
said "stay strange," I'm like, oh my God, who is that? So mystery bicyclist, who are you? Just let me know. I feel bad
Yeah.
that I can't tell who you are. But you go by so fast on that bicycle, I'm like amazed by that. And then when you say "stay strange," I'm like,
That's wild.
Yeah, so let me know who you are.
Yeah,
Very curious.
we're very curious.
So, and where are you going so fast on your bike? Yeah. It's like
Exercise.
Well, that's something I need to do. I don't know if I would want a bike though. You know, like it would be one of those things that I'd buy and just never use.
Sit there and collect
because
dust.
it's either raining or humid lately. That's all. That's the only two weather modes that we have around here. Maybe I'd bike out here to the podcast.
Oh.
Then you'd hear me.
Real
You'd hear me
early.
sucking wind the entire episode, trying to.
All sweaty.
That would be lovely. At least it's not video anymore. So, again, I think we were stressed out about telling listeners that we were wrapping
We
it up.
just came to this conclusion on Thursday.
Yeah, because I've been
Thursday.
thinking about it, and I texted you Thursday morning, and I'm like, what if
We've
next
been
season...
going back and forth quite a bit about it.
Yeah, it's like, what if next season was our final one? But again, it's not final in capital letters because we'll be popping up here and there. You know,
there's an asterisk.
I'll probably
behind
be
final.
on with the Newkirks. I'll probably be on the Astonishing Legends podcast.
sure.
I'll probably be in a TV show with Josh Gates.
Yep, absolutely.
So we're going to be looking at... Krista will start up her OnlyFans. So, I mean, it's not
God.
like we won't be around.
Yeah.
On that note, we'll end it. So thank you guys so much for listening. We love you guys.
We do. We
if
love
you
you.
want to stop unsubscribing to us, we totally get it, you know, but we're going to be around for another year and a half.
Yeah.
2
Whoever's
years.
with us at the end.
And next
know.
year we could be like, you know what? Let's just keep going. So who knows
We have
what's
5
going to
listeners left.
Who knows what's those are going to be 5 quality listeners.
Yeah, they will.
So thank you guys so much. We love you, and we will be back in 2 weeks with your listener stories. So from Krista and I in Strange Cellar 1.5, until next time, stay strange.